wisdom, noble birth and fortune, a brave man and mighty. Thou didst take me from my father's house a spotless bride, but now death hath claimed thee, and I to Greece am soon to sail, a captive doomed to slavery. Surely the death of Polysena is less evil than what I am to bear. I have not hope, the last resource of every human heart.
Our tragedy is the same.
Our tragedy is the same.
Our tragedy is the same.
Cease, oh cease, my darling child, to speak of thy son Hector's fate. No tears of thine shall save him. Honor thy present lord, and seduce your husband into loving you. If you do this, thou shalt give pleasure to him and thy friends, and their children may find Ilium anew, and Troy may yet be established. But lo, our talk must take a different turn, for the Greek lackey returns, sent to tell us new designs.
Wife of Hector, the best of Troy, do not hate me for the news I bear.
What is it? They prelude motive to evil news.
This discreet thy son is. How can I tell my news?
Surely not to have a different master of me?
No Greek chief shall ever lord over him. I know no words to break my sorrow lightly to thee.
I thank thee for thy consideration.
You mean to slay your son? There is my hateful message to thee.
Oh God! This is worse than my forced marriage!
So spake Odysseus.
And all assembled, his word prevails. They said they should not rear brave Hector's son.
Sorrow!
Sorrow!
Our sufferings are beyond all measure. I pray that such counsels prevail to sons of his!
From Troy's battlements must he be thrown. Cling not to him, but bear thy sorrows with a heroic heart. You have been conquered. Do not bring shame upon yourself in trying to fight this resolve. If you anger this army, your son will not be buried or met with compassion. If you accept thy fate, and with composure proceed, you will find favor among the Greeks.
Sweet babe and priceless treasure, thy father's bravery will serve to destroy you. Oh, the faithful wedding bed that brought me the hope to raise a son to rule over Asia's fruitful fields. A deadly fall from a great height will take thy life and stop thy breath. In vain it seems these breasts did suckle thee wrapped in swaddling clothes for naught. Embrace thy mother for the last time. Ah, the sweet fragrance of thy skin! Oh, Helenus, why slay this child that never wronged any? You are barbarians! Take him! Carry him away! It is the gods that are destroying us, and we can find no way to ward off death from this dear babe. Fling my wretched body onto the ships! Yes, I will make a fine marriage, I who have lost my son!
Unhappy Troy, you have lost many men.
Because of one woman.
Oh, my child, son of thy wretched son, your mother and I are being robbed of thy life. What suffering remains for us to endure?
Hail, sun, thou radiant orb, whose fair light I shall now capture her who was my wife Helen. For I am Menelaus, who hath toiled so hard not to take this woman, but to punish him who from my house stole my wife, traitor to my hospitality. For he has paid the penalty, he and his land have fallen to the Greek spear. Here my wife is numbered with the rest of the women of Troy. I may kill her, or spare her life, and take her back to the land of Greece. Servant, bring her to me, dragging her by the hair, the murderess. And when the favorable winds blow to Hellas, we will convey her.
Oh, Zeus!
Oh, Zeus!
I offer you my prayer that you may dispose of these human affairs according to thy justice.
What is this strange new prayer you offer to the gods?
I thank thee, Menelaus, if thou wilt slay thy wife. Do not look upon her, for she ensnares you with desire. For she destroys the town and burns the houses of men. So potent are her spells. We know her well, for we are her victims, as art thou.
Menelaus, I know thou hatest me for your intention to drag me forth brutally. Still, I must know what decision you and the Greeks have made about my life.
They have handed you over to me whom thou hast wronged to be killed.
My death will be unjust!
I came not to argue, but to slay thee.
Hear her, Menelaus. Let her not die for want of that, and I will answer in opposition. I know of her villainies in Troy that will ensure her death.
I shall meet thy concession because of thy words. not out of consideration for her.
I shall reply to accusations I know thou wilt advance against me. She gave birth to this Paris, and Priam brought destruction on Troy when he failed to kill his son, after it was prophesied Paris should bring Troy down. This Paris later had to judge the claims to beauty of 3 rival goddesses. Hera promised him power over all Asia and Europe if he chose her. Athena offered him command of Phrygia and destruction of the Greeks. But Aphrodite spoke in rapture of my loveliness and promised Paris should have me. Aphrodite won the day o'er them. This was benefit to Greece, as you are not ruled by tyrants and were not destroyed by barbarians. But the good fortune of Greece and my beauty proved my ruin. With the love goddess Aphrodite, he came into thy house, and you took leave of your home for the land of Crete. You ask what Francis thought led me to follow this stranger from thy house, traitor to my country and my home. Punish the goddess! Show thyself mightier than Zeus, who is yet her slave, wherefore I may well be pardoned. Another specious case against me is that I did not leave when Paris died and journeyed to Hades. I tried to escape, and as the warders on watchtower did bear witness, for oft they found me stealthily letting myself down from the battlements. But a new husband, Phobus, seized me by force and took me to win against the will of Troy. My lord, how can you justly put me to death, seeing that my natural gifts have brought upon my bitter slavery?
My royal queen, defend thy children and thy country.
Prove her arguments false, as she pleads well in spite of her villainy. First, I will take up the cause of the 3 goddesses. I do not believe that Hera and Athena have sunk to the depths of such folly for beauty. Hera has won the most wonderful of husbands, Zeus, and Athena is virgin goddess not in eager pursuit of beauty. Do not make fools of the gods. What folly was said about Aphrodite coming with Paris to the house of Menelaus? She could have taken you to Troy and stayed in heaven. My son was fair, and when you gazed on him, your mind was possessed with passion, which you blame on Aphrodite. Then you say you stole away. Why didst thou not string thyself up in a noose or sharpen a sword to take thy life? A noble cause for a woman
in misery,
mourning the death of her former husband. And you dare stand under the same sun as your wronged husband dressed in finery? You should have come in rags, humbling, trembling in terror with thy head shorn. Menelaus, crown Greece by slaying her, and let every wife know that whoever betrays a husband must die.
Menelaus, vengeance is yours on your wife.
Do not be seen as a coward in the eyes of the Greeks,
And appear noble in the sight of your enemies.
Thy thoughts are the same as mine. She left my house on her own accord and sought a stranger's love. Off with her, to the ships to sail, and when she meets Argos, she will be met with a wretched death. Let her death requite the weary toils of the Greeks, and be a lesson to women on chastity.
Menelaus, I beg thee, I entreat thee.
Oh, never let her set foot on the same ship as thee. Who loveth once must love always.
That depends on how those we love are minded. But thy wish shall be granted. She shall not sail with me, for thy advice is sound.
Gone are the sacrifices we made to Zeus in vain.
The lovely singing of the dancers in the dark at the festival of the gods.
Zeus, carest thou at all that our city is destroyed?
And what of our husbands on buried corpses?
And now you must sail to Greece into slavery, while Menelaus' boat sails on the high sea. May thy blazing thunderbolt smite the ship.
May he never reach his home.
Having taken Helen, whose marriage brought woe on Troy and shame on the Greeks. Behold, new troubles, O ye hapless wives of Troy, for the corpse of Astyanax comes, having been thrown from the battlements.
Hecuba. Andromache has gone lamenting to fatherland and begging to bury his corpse. She pleaded with them not to take the shield of Hector to the same bedroom where she would be bride of Peleus, son of Achilles. She beseeched them that the boy should be buried upon the shield and wrapped in robes and garlands. As for us, when you adorn the body, we will bury it in the earth. You must be quick. I've saved the labor and bathed the corpse in Scamander's stream. Now, I will go and dig a grave for the boy, and united efforts may speed our ship towards home.
O Greeks, did you fear this tender babe would rear again the fallen walls of Troy? You have won the battle, yet you are still frightened by this little boy. I had hoped that you would bury me one day, but now it is I who will bury you. What could a poet write on your grave? The Greeks killed you because they feared you. A shameful epitaph for the Greeks. You shall be given what I have. Foolish is the mortal who rejoices in his own prosperity, and let everyone know they are never happy simply in themselves.
Lo, all is ready, and they are bringing thy bidding the spoils of Troy to place upon him the debt.
Oh, my grandchild, your grandmother adorns thy body. Death cannot touch thee, for thou dost merit immortal honors far beyond those of Odysseus.
The earth receives you, dear child, as we lament so bitterly a song for the dead.
Sorrow for your woes that cannot be healed.
The earth shall receive you, child, and we shall weep for an unending sorrow.
Go now, bury him. Wreath as duly benefits a corpse.
Look, what are those I see yonder pinnacle?
With flaming torches in their hands.
A new calamity on Troy will soon alight.
Ye captains, launch the flame, that when we have destroyed the city of Ilium, we may set forth on a homeward voyage from Troy, and you depart hence to the Greek ships.
Come, let us rush into the flames, for to die with my country in its burning ruin is a noble death for me.
Thy sorrows drive me frantic, poor lady. Lead her hence. She is the prize of Odysseus.
O country that nursed my children, hear your mother's cry. For I set my aged bones on the ground, and I beat the earth with my 2 fists.
We join you and call our husbands forth from Hades.
I am being dragged off to a house of